kind of puts me at a loss for words, actually. And it's hard to process, you know? Places that are so beautiful that have been ravaged by humans in such a horrific way. This week on Only Thing, I'm showing you a little bit of a day in the life of me here in Phu Quoc, an island in the Gulf of Thailand. It is part of Vietnam, though it's closer to Cambodia. It's kind of like, you can't really decide who it wants to be, its identity. There's been a ton of development here over the past few years, and it's really turning into what some people are calling the next Phuket before Phuket was Phuket. The island here is known for its idyllic beaches, amazing seafood, and friendly people. And I got to experience all of that. Almost. Kind of. Original plan, I was gonna rent a motorbike for like $8 for a day. Go kind of explore part of the island. The island I think is actually like 85 kilometers long. Just the way I like it. I thought to myself, no, I'd rather not. Motorbikes terrify me. I once rented a Hello Kitty scooter in Thailand and nearly shit myself all over Hello Kitty's face. So instead I decided to take a day trip. Now if you know anything about day trips, literally anywhere in the world, the vast majority of this day trip is filled with a bunch of what I like to call tourist traps, where they kind of pretend to take you into certain areas in order for you to experience something, where in reality they're just trying to sell you something. So this particular day in the life in Phu Quoc started with a trip to a pearl farm. Apparently Phu Quoc is known for its pearls, and there really are, you know, a lot of gorgeous pearl accoutrements that you could put on. What a pearl farm here is just a mall with a bunch of women dressed like they're doing Asian Handmaid's Tale cosplay, which was terrifying, and I wanted to just like look at them and be like, blink twice if you're fine. Instead I just thought about it in my head and did nothing and left. They explained kind of how they get pearls out of the clam? Oyster? Mussel? Out of some sort of mollusk-esque creature. So that was kind of interesting. I went and perused the pearls as a party boy does. Speaking of pearls, do you know what an uptown pearl is? Anyways, I went and looked at all of the pearls. Very pretty. I learned that black pearls were very mysterious. Such a mysterious pearl queen. There was one pearl necklace that was a black pearl necklace that was like $23,000. So I didn't buy it, but I like thought about it. I thought about buying it because it's like, After the pearl farm, we went to a pepper farm where I learned how to buy peppers. That was the extent of it. I saw some peppers on a tree. I tasted a little pepper on something that was green, some sort of fruit. What a good use of time. After the peppers, we went to a honey farm. And bitch, honey, literal honey. We got to wear super cute hats. Felt really good about the hat that I was wearing. I feel like I kind of evolved into my final form. It was very me, loved it. We got to watch this poor guy look for the queen bee for like several more minutes than he should have, and it was really like, it's fine, you could just point to a bee and say that's the queen, and I would be like, I believe you. Believe. Had a little bit of a bite of some beeswax with some honey on it. Wow, what a treat. After that, we went to a wine factory. Now, they don't grow grapes here. It's a little flower called a myrtleberry, which is like such a cute name for a berry to make wine. I love some myrtle wine. Got to try out a few different things. So we tried myrtle juice, tried some myrtle wine, had a shot of myrtle liquor. Yes, it's 10:30 in the morning. I'm living my life. The only regret I had was that I wasn't wearing my bee fascinator. After the wine factory, we went to a pagoda. It was gorgeous. It really was gorgeous, actually. That was probably the first thing on the day. I was like, oh, dope. This is actually really gorgeous. Lots of stairs. We love a good Stairmaster moment. Really tall statue, gorgeous view of the ocean. From there, we're going to Sao Beach. Now, let me tell you something about Sao Beach. What I read about Sao Beach was that it was the best beach on the island. Amazing, gorgeous, beautiful. So, in reality, This was kind of my first thoughts as to this beach. This beach is supposed to be one of the most magnificent beaches here on the island, but you'll notice behind me, the amount of garbage here is absolutely astounding. It's insane, and this is a common thread that you see, you know, throughout Vietnam, throughout Southeast Asia. And it's actually just incredibly heartbreaking seeing this. It kind of puts me at a loss for words, actually. And it's hard to process, you know? Places that are so beautiful that have been ravaged by humans in such a horrific way. It was depressing. It was really depressing. So you might think that, okay, sure, there was a storm last night that brought all this garbage in and through the water, but the point of the matter is, the fact of the matter is that all of this garbage was in the ocean. I hate, you know, the whole don't use straws. I'm a white person and this is what I'm doing to save the world. It's just all very contrived and very much social media activism, which is just a thing. But truthfully, when you look at all of this garbage, it's horrifying, it's awful, it's sad. The thought of, you know, like a little Nemo or Dory out swimming serenely through the shallows and getting swallowed up by a frickin' iced tea bottle, or a little crusty old crab crawling into a briefcase, and I was gonna say, then drowning in it. But all of this garbage is just really horrifying to see, and it got me thinking, and I'm gonna work on something. I got something twirling in my old nog that I wanna do, so it's kind of a longer project that I wanna start working on. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm not gonna tell you anything else about it, so shut up. Don't even ask, shut up. It's gonna be great, shut up. The amount of destruction that humans cause is just horrifying. Speaking of humans causing destruction, I actually came here pretty much for the sole reason, yeah, to get a little beach action, but mostly to go to Coconut Prison. It was the site of just such utter devastation, human fatalities. It was a jail used previous to the Vietnam-American War, but also primarily through the Vietnam-American War. There were 12 different areas, each that held, you know, around 3,000 people. The level of torture that happened was just horrifying. It was governed by the American troops as well as the South Vietnam Army, and it's where they put Viet Cong soldiers. Regardless of whether one side was right or the other side was right, what they did there was horrifying. They had these cages called tiger cages, which were these kind of low to the ground, literal cages that they kept people in. They did absolutely horrific amounts of torture on these people. There's one section of the jail that has been turned into a museum out of the 12 sections, and you can go through and they have mannequin sort of people up demonstrating these horrific tortures, and it's awful, it's disgusting to see what humans can do. It was once again one of those very sobering moments where you are like, fuck me, how is this real life? How did tens of thousands of people have to go through this? Literally thousands of people were killed in this jail. So that was yesterday. Today's my last day before tomorrow I head to Ho Chi Minh City, and then I'm in Ho Chi Minh City for the day waiting to fly to Taiwan, and then I'm gonna be in Taiwan for 3 weeks before I meet Laura and Jolene in the Philippines. As much as I'm, you know, kind of disparaging a few of the activities that I did, it was actually a really fun day. I really enjoyed myself. That's the only thing that matters this week is, you know, being thankful for what you have and making conscious decisions to not repeat mistakes of the past, as well as making conscious decisions to do better for our environment, for our world, because it's the only one we got until Mr. Elon snatches my booty and takes me to Mars. That's only thing for this week. Catch me next week in Taiwan. Until then, what's the only thing that matters to you? Bye!